Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Bernie and Marley podcast. I'm your host, Bernie. I'm here with my co-host, Marley.
Hey guys, we have a special treat for you. We have a special guest. We're going to flip the script from what we've been doing and trying something a little bit different.
Today we have a special guest. We have here Steve. Steve's been in the beverage business for 20 plus years, and he's going to tell us the development of a product. What does it take to get this product onto shelves? Gas station, liquor stores, chain stores like Target, Walmart. He's going to give us the insights of what does it take.
You ready for this, Steve?
Yes, I'm ready. Hi,
All
thank you for
right.
having me.
All right, Steve.
Yes, welcome.
All right, Steve. My first question to you. Okay, say I have this energy drink, right? And I've been selling this energy drink out of my van. I'm selling about 10, 20 cases a day. And I want to be bigger. So what is my next step right here? If I want to be bigger, what do I got to do?
First, well, to get bigger, you need to have a lot of funds. You gotta have investors. That's a must. And I tell you that because it just takes money to make money. And I don't care what anybody else says. That's just what it is. Okay. And well, the first step you gotta have, first of all, your product has to be good. First of all, because if it's not good, I hate to tell you this, it's not gonna sell. You get it everywhere you want, but it's not gonna do anything for it. So step one, your product has to be good.
Okay, so say I go into a third-party distributor like you guys right here. What does it take for me to convince you guys to take my product?
Well, first you have to sit down with us, just like a regular meeting. Just first you get the meeting, then we sit down, we talk. And then if that distributor likes the product, then we'll go from there. What the steps will be is a contract. Will the distributor offer you a contract and saying this, like, hey, if I'm gonna, and what the contract saying is, I need just I need to be exclusive with the product. Let's just say in the LA market. So I'm gonna carve out a territory, and they're gonna ask you first of all exclusivity. Mm-hmm. So what exclusivity means is obviously just I'm gonna be the only person selling that product in all of Los Angeles, and if somebody else sells, I could sue you. So, you got to have that commitment to me too.
Okay, so who's writing the contract? The guy that has the product or the third-party distributor?
The third-party distributor. The third-party distributor will offer you a contract and give you his terms and tell you if you want my company to distribute your product, you have to agree to my terms. Well, those terms involve not just only exclusivity. It involves people on the street on your dime. It also involves incentives. It also involves POS materials and a lot of financial backing, just monthly programs that are going to come out of your pocket, not the distributor's pocket. So when you sign that contract, make sure you know what you're signing.
So obviously there's a lot of money to be thrown in here.
Yes.
Okay.
Real quick. Have you ever had people break the terms of these contracts?
Yes.
What happens to them?
They get into a lawsuit.
Really?
Yes.
Does the distributor always win?
Probably. It depends on the contract that they sign, most likely. And I'll just give you an example. There was and I'm not gonna say any names of beverages or anything like that, but there was a company that signed an exclusive contract with this distributor, and then decided to sell to Sprouts, from a different distributor. So what this distributor did, they ended up taking this other company, they ended up suing them. So they ended up, every case that landed there from the other distributor, they had to pay this distributor like they were distributing it. So
if I pick a distributor, I have to stick with them only?
Yes.
I can't pick two distributors, right?
Depends. It's not on the contract. So it depends on what you sign. If you sign, just give them exclusivity, that's what you're doing. So it's all about the contract, literally.
And on this contract, who's making the most money out of this? Is the guy who has the product, like who invented it, or the distributor is?
The guy who invented it, because obviously, look, I know a lot of people tell you this, like let's just talk about a beverage. A lot of people tell you, hey, it takes cost is like $11-10. It's not. Every beverage is almost cost a case of a 12-pack. It's probably $3 to $4. They sell it to the distributors for like $12-13. Distributors will sell it for like probably $16-17. So it's the people that have the most profit is the owners. So
Okay, so your distributor has about over 200 different SKUs, different snacks and products and beverages. What can I do to make my product a priority? Because I know some products are put on the back burner, like, oh, this doesn't sell, just forget about it. Let's not push for that no more.
well,
How can I get my new product for you guys to push it?
that's the thing, Bernie. You gotta do your homework. It's like in everything. I tell everybody, if you're not from the industry, if you don't know the industry, get out, because you're gonna lose your ass. A lot of people put up their houses. A lot of people get loans from family, but just don't know the business and see, the vitamin waters. Hey, they sold for $4.1 billion. Everybody's like, that could be me. I could have something similar. But at the end of the day, and that guy that sold that company, he knew what he was doing. He's an expert. He's probably one of the best guys in the industry because he knows what he's doing. And he did his homework too.
So unless you know the ins and outs, you're really going to have a hard time. You're going to tank. You're going to all that.
Yeah. If you know the business, do the business. If you don't know it, either hire somebody that knows how to do it and do it. But don't just think I'm going to get in. It's so simple, because it's not. Because see, right now, the question, going back to the question you just asked me, if you don't know the distributor you're getting into, you're going to get into a bad distributor. And look, and I'm not gonna say once again names, but there's some beer distributors out there that have over 300 brands of beers, and I ran into guys, the salesmen on the street, that don't even know they carry these certain brands, because they carry them but put no emphasis. It's always the main 5-6 brands of beer, and that's what they focus on. The other stuff, it's little things that they come. So, but if you get into a good distributor, and the good distributors, and I've been in those meetings, those guys will give you the chance of day. They give you 500-600 accounts in distribution, and just keep pushing and try to develop your brand. And not only that, not only in independent stores, they try to push your brand also too in the corporate stores. So it all depends on where you go. But if you sign exclusivity with a distributor that has crappy service, I seriously, you're just gonna lose money, honestly.
How do you keep your product from being put on the back burners? Like, how do you keep it going? How do you keep it out there when there's so many different types of other things that are similar?
Well, just from a distributor point of view, you gotta just stay around. Make sure you're attending meetings. Make sure you're presenting programs. Make sure you're offering incentives. Because and then again, it takes money to make money. You gotta have the salesman's focus. You got to have their attention. You got to have all that in play, so these guys can keep going in and servicing your product and giving your product the chance of day. It's also going to take, again, the distributor, just management, ownership, just saying, hey, we got to push all these new brands and give them an opportunity to develop into something new. I know I seen in my eyes, I seen grow just the vitamin waters, the Monsters, just some of these brands that at the time people didn't give them a chance in hell. They looked at it, they were laughing at them, and just and look what these brands have become. And we saw these when we were trying to give cases away to these stores, but they followed the right steps. They did, programs, post-offs every month. They did the incentives. They had people, coming into the market, talking to the sales reps, walking them, teaching them just what's the product about, what does it do, what's in it, just making them a fan too, making them a business partner. So when you do that, you get everybody's attention, and you definitely get this thing going.
How does it affect the product or the company or even the owner of that product? Like, right now there's a health crisis, let's say, with energy drinks, because people are actually getting sick. They get heart attacks. Like, let's say that caffeine, like, people becomes addicted into their systems, and now there's kind of like this health crisis as far on the side of the energy drinks. Does that affect sales? Does that affect all of anything on that side? Or do they still make their money?
They still make their money, but if you notice just the beverage trend right now, it's changing. It's not the same as before. Like we always tell everybody right now, just when you look at Monster, it's not the energy drink that's in right now. Right now, you have more cleaner, better for you, which are still loaded with caffeine, but not as loaded with the sugar. Like you start seeing like the Bang.
Every market is different, right? Like LA, San Diego, and other different markets. LA pretty much doesn't care about sugar free. Is that right?
It's mostly the same across. It's a little bit healthier, just in different locations, but just still, LA still that trend is changing too in LA. I see it.
Okay, say me, the owner, there's product being shipped to your warehouse, right? And for some reason, 4 pallets got damaged. Under whose expense is that? Is that your company, or does that fall on me as the owner?
So you're saying as the pallets get there to the distributor warehouse. Okay, that's gonna it all depends, because it all depends on who did you hire and what kind of contract you have with whatever truck company that you have.
Okay,
so if you come and deliver 4 pallets to a distributor, if you deliver 4 pallets to a distributor, the distributor's gonna probably be, I don't want this, take this back, and tell the driver, just leave, go back. And where's the driver gonna go? He's gonna go back to where he picked them up and just drop them off. So that's gonna be between you and him and whatever contract you guys sign. Because let's just say if you're the owner, you say, hey, I gave you the product good, and you delivered it, it's all broken down. So that's gonna probably be on the driver.
Okay, what about if it's in your warehouse? You already signed for the paper, it's considered yours now.
So then we go back to the partnership. What we have. I'll call you and kind of, just put, like, let's just say if I'm the distributor, I'll put a little bit of pressure on you. Just kind of like, hey, I had 4 broken pallets, and just my guy was an accident. He's not going to do it. Like, would you take care of it? And if you say no, you're going to feel a little heat. Trust me.
Wow.
Like, hey, all these other companies take care of it. Why aren't you taking care of it? So.
Hey, do you hear sales pitches? Like, do you hear like the people like trying to pitch their product and say why this is better?
Yeah, you hear it, but at the end of the day, I go back with make sure you do your homework and you're with a good distributor. And I say that because everything is relationships, everything. I know, don't get me wrong, there's the perfect pitch out there and everything, but if you go to any of these stores, all these guys will hardly buy anything from anybody that's brand new. Everybody's going to buy something from their beer guy or their beverage guy or the guy that brings them the eggs and the milk.
It's like with that, you go to the barber shop and it's that guy's first time cutting hair. You're not going to go to him.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to deal with them. You don't. Because everybody that sees somebody new coming through the doors that never seen before, everybody's like, oh my God, this guy is trying to rip me off. He's trying to sell me nothing. Everybody just gets really nervous. So building again the relationship in a good distributor, having that guy just come in every Monday, every Tuesday, whatever day, but just seeing him, and then the guy goes, hey, look, I have this product. What do you think? Can we place it here and there? And that's how.
So you're saying if my product is not made by these big companies, like if I come out with a Nestle chocolate bar and mine's a whole different thing, like it's the first bar that's ever came out under my name, nobody's gonna want to buy that, right? Because it's not made by Nestle.
No, not exactly. Again, it goes to the distributor or broker, whoever you have them representing. If that broker has great relationships with Walmart, Target, or whoever, you're gonna get in. But also too, it's gonna cost you. It's not gonna be for free.
Okay. What causes relations to break between the third-party distributor and the owner of the product?
False promises, broken contracts, just no follow-up, so no support. So it just depends.
By support, what do you mean?
Support as in just keep on investing on the brand. Keep on investing on putting feet on the street. And just...
I used to think that was the third-party distributors.
No, that always comes from the ownership. Because the distributorship, they have their own sales. They have their own sales guys. But somebody that's coming out to promote it, like the guys you see sampling and doing all that stuff, is straight from the company. From whatever, let's just say your chocolate bar. You're going to hire those people directly, and you're going to have them sampling all these bars to all these places, like at a baseball game or wherever you want to go. So you're going to have them sampling on your dime, not on the distributor's dime. Unless the company has a sampling team, then they would do it. But at the end of the day, you're going to end up getting a bill back for that.
Okay. What beverages do you see right now rising up? Is it in the energy drinks category, water, soda? Which ones do you see going up and which ones do you see falling down?
Well, you see the high sugar drinks are obviously going down, Coke and Pepsi, they're in trouble. They know they're in trouble. And just I know a lot of these big companies are buying out small companies to just kind of to just bump up their numbers. But if you look at the trends, nobody, a lot of people are walking away from the soda.
That's because of the health things now. Everyone's realizing that maybe like teas and waters and like that vitamin water stuff, that's a lot better for you than sodas.
But even some of those, if you look at the labels, it's not that good for you. But right now, just the cleaner, better for you, and I say better for you because it just has like the low sugar, the zero carbs, like the Bang Energy. That thing's like the hottest thing in the market right now. Just 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Where did Bang Energy come out of?
Out of nowhere.
They
I just
actually
saw on the shelf one day. I'm like, what the heck is this? That's a cool looking logo on it.
They actually been around for a long time. They're from the same company of VPX, which is Redline. If you guys remember, like the little, I think it's like 12 ounce. Yeah.
So they have like a red one, a blue one.
I used to drink the red lines.
Yeah, that's it. It's the same one. It's the little brother. So that brand's on fire right now. It just and it's nearly, and I honestly myself think it's gonna end up passing Monster in the next year or so. Right now, it's just looking at numbers and data, they just passed Rockstar. So now it's the number 3 energy drink right now in the market.
So right now you got Monster number 1, Red Bull number 2,
Red Bull number 1, Monster number 2, and
they
Bang's
said
number
Monster
3.
is number 1 in the LA market, California wise, but global, worldwide, Red Bull beats everybody.
Well, the numbers that I've been looking at and some data just that they've been showing, just us, and I've probably seen it like the last 2 months. I seen it 2 months ago. Red Bull was number 1 in LA, Monster was number 2, and Bang was number 3.
Wow.
So yeah, and it's changing.
Okay, so let's go all the way back. Okay, say I come out with a new energy drink. I came out with. What is my first goal thing to do? I have no party distributor yet, but I want to get this out to the market. How should I prepare myself to sell to these liquor stores and gas stations? Can I do that? Can I just bring a product that has like that I make myself?
Well, you could bring it into independent markets. What I say by independence, I say something that's not tied into like a corporate, like a big like a Walmart, like a Target. You can't just walk in there and sell them any brand you want. If you want to sell to just regular stores, you got to go into liquor stores, independent owned liquor stores, delis. You got to go into some location. You'll have some 7-Eleven, some AMPMs with franchisees that will buy from you, but not.
So if it's a corporate 7-Eleven, you can't do it, right?
No, they will not pay you.
Wow.
But then again, you're gonna run into that same problem that I tell everybody. Hey, nobody knows you. Everybody's gonna feel weird about you. My best recommendations for everybody is just go through a distributor.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the best way to get yourself out there?
The best way to get yourself out there, first of all, get a good product. Make sure you do your homework before you start trying to just hire people here and there, distributors, and you go with the right distributors. You make sure you know what you're looking at when you're signing a contract. Yeah. And I always tell everybody, be careful. There's a lot of sharks out there. You got to be careful with these brokers, with bad distributors that are just going to milk you for money. Just your product's going to sit. First of all, not give it an opportunity with no distribution. Second of all, your brokers are going to charge you monthly fees of $3,000-$4,000, just retainers, just because they say they're representing your brand. And at the end of the day, they're not really doing anything. Because in this industry, a lot of people are going to lie to you. They're going to say, I know so and so, and I could get you here and I could get you there, but they just want to make you sign that contract. And they're going to charge you the $3,000-$4,000 a month and they're going to tie you in for 2 to 3 years. And that's just the things that I say. Just you need the experience, and you got to watch out who you hire.
By any chance, ballpark, would you know how much does it cost to get into a third-party distributor?
Well, they won't charge you anything up front. The thing, you just go, you'll have your product. You come in.
Do you already need to have numbers? Like, hey, I've been selling this much, and I want to get bigger.
Is it like Shark Tank? You have your whole business plans ready?
It will be better for the distributor, but honestly, it's just about going to the distributor, getting in there, and telling them your pitch, and you selling them, and you're telling them how much backing you have with incentives, with programs, with post offs, with people on the street, people that you hire, telling them, hey, this is going to be a brand new product, and I'm going to get it here, I'm going to get it there, like Albertsons, Vons. I'm going to get it into, Target, just anywhere. So it's good.
Okay, so once I'm into this gas station, I do my pitch. The owner of the gas station is like, okay, I'll try a case, Does it cost money to be on that shelf?
No, not if it's an independent store.
No.
If
What
it's
about
an independent store, it doesn't.
Okay, what about the chain stores?
In chain stores, it's a different game. Not like the independents. Independents, you give them a good deal, they'll put you up on the shelf. But the chain stores, and then again, I'm not gonna throw out names, but this is just the fees that I seen go across. For some chains, you'll have a big chain store that everybody's familiar with. They'll charge you up to $150,000 for a 6-month trial.
Dang.
Yeah.
Really?
Chain to chain.
So you come out with a new product, and then you gotta pay $150,000 to be on the shelf, and you haven't even made any money yet.
That's a trial. It's a trial. They have you on for 6 months, and after and then again, for being in this business, over 15 years, I'll tell you, I seen good products get taken off the shelf, and it's just because it's a money business for the stores too. They have their steady brands on the shelf, but then they have certain sections where it's just all about money. And even in a small gas and convenience, just a local. I've seen some chains from the small convenience side of chains that probably gas station chains that have like 120, 140 locations. They'll charge you like $50 per facing. So when you go into these gas stations and you look at all these items, every slot is costing somebody $50 a facing.
And then you got a bunch of beverages of different sizes and different flavors, so it's a lot of money.
And when I say $50 a slot, I don't mean $50. Each brand is $50 times. They just say 150 stores, so that's what it costs. It costs you $50 per store, and you have to agree to the whole total balance, and you have to pay up. And if you don't pay up, they'll pull your brand off. So,
to me, it doesn't sound profitable. So these owners are making money though, right? Obviously, because they're still in business.
They are, but just remember, it's. Well, I'll go back to the start of the whole conversation. It takes money to make money. So,
you have any last questions for Steve here? I got one. All right, Steve. If you had to start with the product right now, beverage, snack, whatever, what would you start with? And why?
That's a good question.
He had to put his thinking cap on.
Yeah, no, I did.
His thinking chair.
Just, there's... It's weird because you kind of look at everything and you're like, okay, now the energy drinks are like energy drinks on steroids. You look at the water sections, you're not just drinking your regular or old school water that all of us used to drink out of the water hose back in the days. Now it's a high pH waters.
Infused waters.
To me, it all tastes the same.
Yeah, everything's not the same. No, but just and on your teas, it's zero everything. So the market's very, very saturated. But then again, I will tell everybody the next Monster's out there, the next vitamin water's out there. So there's somebody right now in maybe a garage trying to get something going with just a new beverage but going back to the question you asked me, I'll probably. I honestly think the yerba mate, just that whole category still has a lot of growth in it. And right now you have like your number 1 and 2 player, but there's still room for a lot of growth. There's still a lot of opportunity in that, and just you haven't seen too many companies come after it. You've seen little companies here and there, but not companies with a well planned business. Just idea and I think there's a good shot there. So
what advice would you give to the small guy trying to come up in the beverage industry?
Just do your homework before you get the second loan on your mortgage, before you take your mom's retirement money or whatever you do. Just do your homework. make sure you know the business, and make sure you just stay clean of those sharks, because there's a lot of people that live very good lives off of people like him, and it sucks because a lot of these brands don't even develop. Half of these brands you never even see. Like, we just think Red Bull, Monster, Bang Energy, we think of those, but how many of these brands have been, energy drinks have people try to come up with?
I think they're failing in the big thing right now is marketing, social media, getting your product out there. You think social media plays a big game now?
Yeah, if you really take a look at it, a lot of people are not into the billboards, what you just used to see before, billboards, commercials. That's not it. Now you got to go into the Instagram, into just just get on the internet and put your products out there. You cannot be trying to use the things that worked 10 years ago. You have to keep up to date.
Yeah, otherwise you'd be like Toys R Us.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, they kept everything old school.
Yeah, but look what happened. They went bankrupt. And that's what's going to happen with your product if you can't keep up with the times on how to market and get your product out there.
Yeah.
Because nobody looks at TVs and commercials. Everybody scrolls through their social media feeds.
Yeah.
That's true.
So there you have it, guys. Steve with 15 plus years of experience in the food and beverage industry. He just pretty much
He just hooked you up on how to get your business started.
And yeah, it looks like you do need a lot of money just to get started in this beverage business.
Read the fine print, okay? He didn't stress that enough. Read the fine print.
You got anything to say? Anything?
Just thank you for having me. And I heard some of your shows are pretty awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you, man.
And just it's nice to finally sit in front of you guys. I've been hearing about you guys for a while, and my friend, he told me, hey, they want to talk to you, so it's kind of cool. So thank you guys.
Well,
thanks, Steve.
Thank him for having the time to take this interview.
I know, that's what I was about to say.
He's a busy man.
God damn, always taking the words right out of my mouth.
All right, thank you, Steve.